Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, so sorry for just vanishing. Um, that just continued to kind of zap all my energy, and I didn't have a really great voice, so it was really hard. And I always find when I'm sick, or yeah, that sick is like my head is congested in terms of like really receiving messages, which was kind of interesting because it would have been, I feel it would have been tricky for me to do a read. Um, but, I might have been able to pull it off, but half the time I didn't even know what I was saying or thinking. The really interesting thing though is when I was like resting and things like that, 100% I can feel the new energies in it's fully in place, it's accessible. um it's a little tricky because I think what the process we're in right now is just helping to align our frequency to the new frequency, and that's just taking some time. So if we're halfway through the month already, the beginning of this year. um If you're feeling like nothing's happening, it's just kind of all the same, it can feel like that, but I would encourage you to kind of like reach a little deeper and do some of the energy work because it is there. It's not easy to access yet, but I think we're getting there. So yeah, so we'll just start this as the beginning. It's funny, if you've followed this channel for a while, you know that I don't really subscribe to the fact that January 1st is New Year's. I think, we should definitely be on another calendar, one that's more conducive to the seasons and time and space. And anyway, so hopefully eventually we're heading back to that. Um, I've often like just treated Chinese New Year as the better New Year. So that's coming up. I didn't look that up, but I know it's fairly soon. What we're going to focus on today, because it's happening, we're going to do the standard. We're going to just get back on track. I'll just do an energy read for this week. Um, we've got lots going on in terms of like um, energy shifting and transforming, but really also this whole helping us to connect with the new timeline that's in, and manifestation off the charts. So it is still of critical importance that we're like, you know, we're talking nice about ourselves. We're bringing in what we really want to see, what we really want to feel into this next um, few months. So make sure you're keeping your thoughts pure, simple, beautiful, and aligned. So, and that leads us to this little alignment we've got going on, which is probably be the title of the video. Um, so we've got the parade of planets happening. This goes right up until I think late February. Two of them you can't see without a telescope, but the rest you'll see lined up. So Mercury comes in late February, so then that'll be 7 planets. Two, three, seven. Yeah, 7 planets aligned with the moon. They don't count the moon. It's really funny. Anyway, so the best time to see those things is going to be late January on the new moon, probably, because the moon will be there, but it'll be void of light, so the other planets will stand out. Yeah, just looking at things around this parade of planets is this just like a really good lineup of energy. Again, signaling for us the ability to um, to manifest. The other big thing that's happening today, is it today or tomorrow? I think it's today, or it started on Sunday even. Pluto is conjunct the sun. So Pluto, the great revealer. So I don't know about you, but I think we're about to get just like a landslide of disclosure. We'll see how that goes. Um, but the sun is like flicking the light switch on. So, flicking the light switch on everything. The key to it is that we're going to see and have profound spiritual awakenings, whether that's ourselves or we see that in others. Um, it's really good in time to, again, be aware of your frequency, be aware of your mindset, all of those things. You'll see increased psychic abilities. Um, and just, it's really important that starting to align with this new frequency. Diana Cooper also just posted the other day, like they were kind of aiming for like a solstice kind of energy to increase like to the tipping point where we had enough souls to tip into the new earth energies and start really um, manifesting them and exploring them with on this planet. But it didn't quite get there, but it did happen, which is really funny because I really wanted to do a full moon video, but I was not in any shape yet. So, but on the full moon, and I noticed it was a bit of a challenging moon, but it was really like just bringing up stuff and making it like, hey, come on, we're here, like let's go. All right, let's just look at the current energy. I'm gonna use the Nature Rhythm Oracle here just to start. Let's use it as kind of saying like where are we right now, where are we energetically, what does this parade of planets mean, what should we be focusing on. All right, the card number 18, rising. We are ascending. We're not quite at cruising altitude yet, but we're getting there. Okay, I am rising. My spirit, mind, and body are rising to a higher vibration. Yeah, this is what we need to be focused on with this parade of planets, with this upcoming, is like the frequency is there. We just have to keep ourselves aligned. Um, how you do that is how you've always done that, is, you know, good self care, but also doing the work of sitting and meditating and connecting and working with crystals or working with uh, sound, frequency, all of those things to get us in uh, connection with the frequency. Your vibration is rising. You're being pushed to deal with your self limiting beliefs and prepare yourself to hold more light. Um, Emanate more love and embrace the essence of your multidimensionality. You are unbound by the chains that you have enabled. You rise with courage and optimism, trusting in your sovereign self. Yeah, it's it's happening. And that's the thing, is I think sometimes, after the holidays and things like that, and we head into the new year and it's like, oh, here we are again. Nothing's happening. Um, I wouldn't say that at all, though. I'm like, things are well, even though we may not fully tangibly see them at this point, we are in full swing, like, of this, whether we call it an ascension process, the bifurcation to New Earth, like the splitting of those two. Other things I've been looking at are just like, they're like the frequency for New Earth is right there. So, asking your guides and tapping in and saying, like, let there be light. Let me be a part of this. All right, we're going to do a week read like we always do. And then I'll do some sum up cards at the ends with the couple new decks and the golden futures, which we'll read every read. All right, let's look at the overall week like we always do and see what is this all about this week. My parade of planets. Okay, so we got the Fool card, which in the traditional tarot is new beginnings, new starts, right? It's a zero as a number. It's like at the beginning of the deck. I ask the question and cultivate an open mind. Yeah. So again, it came up in that other card about it's just that like we're still in that phase, I feel, where we're just not giving ourselves enough credit, saying like I am part of this. We're all part of this. Like we all have a job to do, and um, so. But I think now it's just becoming more that like people are feeling like they're not connecting. Um, I'm gonna like this is gonna sound harsh, and I don't mean it to, but if you're not connecting on a daily basis, then you're not gonna connect. Like it's not just gonna show up at your door. We have to still be putting that work in where we're, intentionally connecting to that energy. And all that takes is us just saying, like, to our guides and angelic help and everything, saying, okay, I'm ready. Like, whoops, woo, 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 woo. I'll take both of those. Show me. Show me. Oh, okay. Unity. So for me, this is always the card of this is the new earth. Here's the interesting thing. The other card we got is perspective. And she's holding, again, a planet that looks much like Earth. Um, yeah, this is this is what we have to be doing is we you have to shift your perspective of energy. And part of that is like this whole non-belief in ourselves. We've really got to like watch that because it's what's holding us back from fully coming into this. So really work on those sorts of things for this week if you can. Um, where you're like, especially if you finding you're like, who am I? I'm not capable. I have no abilities. I can't connect with the new energy. All those things, as I'm saying those, I'm like writing my story. It's so imperative. It's like manifestation 101. We have got to be like watching our words and how we speak to ourselves and others and those self-limiting beliefs. We have to get over the hurdle of that once and for all. You know, if you're here listening to this, you came for a reason. We all did. So it's just time for us to start believing in ourselves, right? So we gotta do better on that front. That's what I'm getting from this. But it's all like I said, it's all there. The energy is all there. You can um, you can stay the observer like this and just watch and stay on the outside. I think that's like very unfortunately like kind of third dimensional thinking. So change the perspective and now like, you know, zoom out or zoom in. I don't know. Which would it be? What do all it's there for the taking as soon as we embrace it. Yay. Okay. Let's take a look at the beginning part of this week. So today, Monday, to about Wednesday or Thursday. All these all done. Like I almost forgot how to do this reading because it's been so long. Uh, yeah, okay. Well, it's all there for the taking, everybody. Uh, okay. We've got some interesting cards in here. Okay, first up for the beginning part of the week, Sacred Revenants. Um, it's a solar plexus card, but I always say with this is like we already have the key to the heart. It's there in the ether, right? Um, Sacred reverence, though, like that, it is going within. It is meditation. It is holding space for that energy. So, I mean, I think I real and again, the graphic on the hands and the heart is earth. So I think the key to unlock this is just that they're saying like really be serious about your practice, whatever that is, of meditation. Um, I did this new way of vision boarding. I've been doing that every day for just 5 minutes. Um, and again, this new way of vision boarding too was a Colette Baron Reed thing. So I don't know if you can go on there and find it, but um, it's quite fascinating. It's not the traditional cutting out pictures and that kind of stuff. It's drawing, but it's a lot of meditation, and not just meditation, but like manifestation work, because you get in that zone where you're like being grateful and drawing and that kind of thing. So it's just really important that we're creating that space and we're utilizing it. We're not just um again just bypassing it. It's We've got to be doing this work. The interesting thing is we also got the sacral chakra card. Um, Basically, like normally I would say there's kind of two things going on because we did also pull the lovers card. So there is some element there, this beginning part of the week, of us either balancing our own masculine and feminine energies within, which it probably is. For some, it's going to be about a relationship dynamic, but this would be with a twin flame or a soulmate for sure. Um, so, like, yeah, if you have one of those in your timeline, um, make sure you're really paying attention to that because it's almost like we're getting the calling that we need to be doing our work. If you're in a twin flame sort of scenario, though, you would be needing to connect and work energy with this person. For the rest of us that are on that solo journey, yeah, it's the super critical thing about just being creative. That's a good way to work with sacral chakra, but it's about this balance of the masculine and feminine within us, those energies, and keeping them in like right relationship. Like, yeah. See, the lovers I've always thought too is it is that balance within of the masculine and feminine energy. Because if we can do this work, like it's renewal. We're back. We're here. Like spring is on the way. The winter has passed, and we are creating the new. Right? Yeah. It's just a call this week. It's nothing like earth shattering, but it's like do your work. Like make sure. I know. I think I say that probably every read, but it's just really important right now that we are managing our own self, our vibration, our timeline. Um, the good news is we are on the positive timeline, um, and nothing takes over from that. Actually, there is no other end than that. Um, so a lot of the things too is like, yeah, the world's still gonna look a little nutty and crazy, but it's even starting to wrap up all that craziness. So make sure though that you're like, again, it's just important we're doing the work of connecting and trying to. I feel like we're not going to see this energy super tangibly until we're all um, kind of at like again a ready point. Um, ooh, almost cards are jumping today. Ooh, did I get three? No. Okay, just looking at the end of the week. Yeah, the end of the week. So funny. This is just about us like really stepping into it. So yeah, great. Not great. That I wasn't saying that in a negative way. Oh, do I need to pick that up? I kind of do. I don't want to roll over sale. Let me read behind me. Okay. I'm gonna take one more of these because that one fell out. But what? These are just Okay, so, okay, well, all right. First up for the end of the week from Thursday to Sunday, we got the Divine Matrix. Yeah, 44. We're tapping in to the divine and becoming a part of that new overlay, that matrix. So again, it's all there for the taking. Um, I think the other reason too that it's like I think we all well, I don't want to speak for other people, but in the beginning of this journey for me, there was this period of time where it was like there was going to be a big event, and it was like a singular event. Um, but what we've since kind of learned over the last like 6, 7 years is that it was an event, but it was like happening incrementally, incrementally, incrementally. So it got us to that tipping point. And now we've tipped it over, and this new energy is like sitting here, but it's not going to come at us in a flood because it would be way too much, even for the most seasoned of souls and divine masters and everything. So um, it's trickling in. It's going to continue to trickle in. There's no stopping it. But like the integration that's happening with that energy, it's not, again, it's not something we necessarily feel or tangibly touch or see. So we have to trust the divine that this process is the easiest and best way for us to do this. But it still requires our participation. So keep dreaming about what this is, what the divine is, what this new matrix looks like, what energy are we putting into it? What do we want it to be? It's funny because we've got two cards: the mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. And then we also got intelligence, education, knowledge, perception. There's that word again. So yeah, you might just want to spend a week focusing on what is your perception of things. Can it be changed? Should you be more micro and looking really deep, or should you be more macro and just watching the big picture as you hold, you know? It's going to be different for all of us. We all do energy differently. So, um, for some of you, if the intelligence card, it just might mean like the education piece may not mean that you got to go do a class or something, but um, there's lots of books about this time that's been written. I'm reading one right now about the eighth chakra. Like I'd never heard of that before. So, just yeah, like there's just information out there that needs to keep coming in and enriching us. So also realize we're in an educational period where we're learning about this new energy, how we access it, how we um, manifest more of it, and how we like develop enough that we step in fully to that new energy. So just know that it's just taking time. Um, I'm kind of grateful. I think an integration, slow integration, is good. I don't think most people would handle a a tsunami right now. Okay, the very things at stake are, well, we got the lovers again. So again, keeping for the rest of the week, just like if if we're not working on balancing our own energies, take a look that there's someone that you might be needing to work with. Kind of investigate those things, but all of it comes down to this is all about our consciousness, right? Of who we truly are and where we're headed. We also got two cards here for the end of the week. Destiny. This is our destiny, right? We were always going to do this. It's why we came to this planet. And then discovery. My favorite thing about this card always is that the heart chakra is in full bloom. So is the flower. Uh, the spirituality is, and the energy of that is coming in. We've got a full moon, so probably by next full moon, we'll see even more increases in our abilities, but also our understanding of the Christ consciousness, the heart centered frequency, and how we live every day of our lives being that being, right? Open, loving, compassionate. It is coming. Like it's already well underway. Um, Part of it too is like that was the thing about getting sick that I really noticed was, it forces you to just stop and rest. And I could tune in to the energy and I could feel it. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. But I know I'm not ready to dive into it yet. Because first of all, like with that cold, I wasn't in any shape to do something like that. Um, yeah. All right, let's sum up. We'll do three of these. This is kind of neat now because, like, the Golden Futures card obviously focuses on the future. But I like these ancient. Oh, my earring just fell out. I like these ancient stone cards because they kind of like relate back to our past, but also the present moment and how it's kind of like a guide of how the knowledge we already know, and using that to propel us into the future. Okay, what do we got going on here? Okay, so the first up is the Holy Mountain. Soul calling, sacred journey, pilgrimage. Yeah, look at the inside. It's all energy inside the mountain. So we're just in this phase, you guys, of like beginning. Like it's like this is what we came here to do. Um, Go on that pilgrimage. Obviously, it's not an actual physical pilgrimage. It is um, an energetic one where we sacred journey into this energy. We also got the records. Remember why you came. Be bold. Legacy. This it is. It's just like it. The overall theme is we just need this time to what we really need to be doing is going within um, and doing the work. So we also the last card we got is pave your own way. Leadership, courage, forage, don't follow. And again, a mountain, walking towards a mountain because the light is there. So yeah, just doing your best this week to do your work. That's not super hard. All right, let's see what the Golden Futures have to say, and then we'll leave it there for this week. Um, Plans moving forward too for videos. Obviously, I'll probably do the new moon when it comes up, and Chinese New Year. So I did want to do an overall like read for the year, but I think that's probably part of why I wasn't feeling it and I wasn't feeling good. So, and it's kind of like I feel like, we'll just continue on month by month and week by week and go that way. Okay, every time I get this card, it's like I'm like I had a feeling it was coming up again, but it makes sense because I think that again part of everything that's going on in the world right now is that we're about to hit a sorry we're about to hit a period of big disclosure of things. So when I see this card, it doesn't surprise me, but the first card up is robots. Set yourself free with wisdom. Yeah, I also just think technology itself is, there's been so much that's sort of like been hidden from us and those sorts of things. So, um, this is just, I feel like the card just saying, hey, like disclosure starting. It includes many things from the way we have been as human beings and all of that has to come out. Uh, what needs to come out from who's who in the universe. And then there's there's technology that's been held from us. Um, Set yourself free with wisdom. I think that's also like it's kind of key to say like that knowledge and learning card is it's like be open, be flexible, use your imagination. Um, you know what it is? It's the overall card for the week, the Fool. It's like be the Fool is innocent. You know, they haven't gone on this journey yet. Like they're almost so innocent that they're almost laughable or a fool, right? But but for me, it's never like that. It's like this is the beginning of the journey. You're fresh, you're new, you have fresh eyes, um, but we don't necessarily know a lot, or we think we do, but that's not really the case. So it's almost like again, this is like a new year, a fresh start. Um, watch your perception on things. Just because it's like we might be being so narrow-minded and clinging on to that old 3D, like it's this way because like this planet taught us that this AI robots, like that's my fear from it. It's like, no, I don't want that. That's scary, but it's because of the narrative we've been fed around that when it's actually probably something that will end up being very beneficial for us. So we have to really watch as we're manifesting and working on our frequency and our energy that we're not putting out that fear there of the new because it's not that it won't come then, but it might take longer to arrive because your guides are going, okay, they're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. So, yeah, we got to work a lot on our mind this week. That's what I'm saying. And like how we think about things and our perception of things. Because perception's on that card too, and it was on the the weekly card, right? Perspective, perception. Um, we might we might just take a look at things differently. Now that we're in this new energy, start to take a look at things differently and don't compare. Again, it's also about ourselves. Don't compare yourself to old you. Well, old me has no psychic gifts, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worthy of this. Again, so it's really working on the mind and mindset and what we're saying. Learning's also on this thing. So again, we're just learning this new system of energy. Not one of us knows what the hell to do with it. It's all a learning curve for all of us, every single person on this planet, human soul, whatever, soul, everything. Like, we can't compare ourselves to each other because we are always at different points on the path. But it's like this is happening. And so do your best to like learn about it and educate yourself on the energy and what's coming in and listen to what other people have to say and take it in and discern it and decide if like hey that gets me closer to this new energy. Easy peasy. Not easy peasy. Okay, the other card we got is work satisfaction. Seek that which fulfills your soul. Now, it's interesting because, again, this is like, again, new earth energy, um, is more doing things that, you know, it's going to be less about my career and what I did and climbing the ladder and blah, 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 blah. It's about living your passion and fulfilling your soul. Like, again, it might be art that does that for you. It might just be meditation. It might be singing. So it's just, we've got to start tapping into the new to see what we're going to be doing. The, the other one that came up, I should have read this as I said, like as you're saying, I'm not worthy of these gifts. It's like, yeah, well, they're all coming online. So learn to trust your intuition. That's even just a good like point to start at. So if you're struggling and you're trying to figure it out, but you just, is like ask your guides and tap into, your psychic abilities and all, ask them to tap in, but also, yeah, just start every day, like using your intuition for stuff. I've been able to manifest lots of stuff already this year, and so I can see the difference. And it's also very different in, like, yeah, just not going to that place of fear. I haven't had a lot of moments this year where where you do that, like, uh, worrying about money, worrying about, I just have been trying not to, and things are like they work out. So it is I'm learning too. This is a whole new frequency and energy. I didn't ever, if you'd asked me how this was going to go down, I wouldn't have guessed all this stuff, but it's very interesting. So take advantage of it. Um, don't worry about it, but spend time with it and try to connect to it. And you'll surprise yourself, I think. All right, summing up the week, I'm going to do these two end cards and then we'll leave it there. I got the World. I am one with God. Again, it's the end of the week thing. It's the divine matrix. It's like we're not just connecting to this. We're part of this. And that's part of the thing is like, right, I've talked about this before, is it's like the flower of life thing. We all our pieces, once we get to a certain frequency, all connect, right? So that we just become, we are one cohesive whole. I don't know what I was trying to say there. So, I mean, we're getting there, but it's like, it's time to turn on your light and shine. And part of that means doing some work and not just like existing in this 3D matrix waiting for shit to happen, because that's not how it's going to come about. Like, you'll see glimpses of it, but if you're not putting in like the work, you it's not that you're gonna, yeah, you'll miss like nuances and points of things. This energy is big and expansive, but it's subtle. It's really interesting to try to like tap into, but you can do it. I can do it, they can do it, we all can do it. Get centered. This is like the overall theme for the week. This is like, again, we want to do this discovery of spirit and soul. Get into your heart. Look at the lotus at the heart chakra expanding. We have to get to that center energy, at heart center, and start vibrating in that frequency and living there, and then projecting that out and growing that bigger and bigger and bigger, expanding, growing till we are like this blue, we are blooming, right? Along with our heart center. That's so awesome. I never noticed this too, is it's like um, the root of this, almost like the bulb at the bottom of the lotus is, down by root and in a like a crescent moon. So really working at like staying grounded, but also doing your work to go a little bit higher and connect with the energy. So, all right, I think that's a great place to leave this, starting out at the beginning again. Yeah, I hope it was helpful. I know, like, it's like everything's going on and nothing's going on at the same time. Um, but I can, like, the one thing I know for sure is, like, particularly, like I said, when I was not well, um, I could connect. I just felt that energy come in at like in and around solstice, and it anchored in. So it's all there. It's just a matter of accessing it, which I know may not be the easiest thing. So yeah, I thought I was done, but I forgot. I want to do three Christ consciousness as well. What should we're going to use these as what we should focus on energy wise to help us get there. All right, first up, children. Cherish and enter their world. Again, I think the thing too is that, yeah, we get so wrapped up in putting everything in boxes and we're not childlike enough. We don't just go out and play and use our imagination and manifest things. Like, look at all the butterflies in this one. It's like that he's just manifesting joy and peace and love. So, and it's just by nature of him being childlike and wonder and full of awe and wonder. So really, yeah, expand your horizons a little bit this week. Because we also got this air balloon one, which is the freedom, and it's just be you. I think it's really important that it's like that, you know, the key that I was always taught to alchemy and ascension is you have to know yourself, know thyself. It's like it like and truly deeply at the core, like soul, your heart, like who are you at the soul level? It doesn't matter who you are in 3D and what job you have and where you went to school and blah blah blah. None of that matters. Not a single stitch of it matters. Who are you at your core? If there's nothing else you do some work around that. Do some journaling, do some vision boarding. Who am I? What do I want to feel? What are my psychic gifts? Again, as we're asking all these questions out loud, we're talking to the universe. So our guides and angels and all of that can start to show us what those are. Like that's the work to be done. Because if you're not asking and you're not participating and you're just demanding that the energy comes to you and you be part of it, it's not going to work that way. So, really, like, do some soul searching. And this isn't like the sad, deep soul searching. This is just like, let's discover who I am deep at the core, in the heart of hearts. The last card we got is the Magi, signs and divine timing. Part of what's going on right now is that we're waiting for the divine timing. While we're doing that, do your work, look for the signs and symbols, and start to, yeah, like all of us, like this is, again, it's like we almost should have got the uncharted territory, but we did that with the Fool card. Is like, this is like a clean sheet of paper. And not only do we get to discover this stuff by really asking the deep questions of our soul, but we get to write the story going forward of what this all looks like and how beautiful New Earth is, right? It's this energy too. I feel like it's just like we're already doing the work. So, love more, laugh more, be childlike, have fun, start manifesting, and just really, yeah, ask the fun questions and see what comes up and connect with your guides and connect with your soul and your higher self. Let's just kind of like dabble in it this week, and then I bet you this alignment of everything will just show us that, if all the answers are right there for us. Okay, we'll leave it there for this week. Take care of yourselves. I love you.